Could it be that mysterious and enigmatic forces lie concealed within the cold case of Benny Scruggs? Throughout decades, has this unsolved mystery managed to slip through the grasp of investigators, leaving them in a state of perplexity and bewilderment? Can the secrets of Benny Scruggs' enigmatic life be uncovered through an in-depth video, peeling back the layers to reveal the cryptic circumstances surrounding his disappearance? In the midst of countless people involved, who were the main suspects, and what interesting and confusing ideas came up during the thorough investigation? Hi and welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, please consider subscribing, as it helps us motivate to create more intriguing content for you. Let's have a look at the 1985 twisted cold case, solved after 37 years. Benny Scruggs was born on November 12, 1955, in the village of Riverdale, which is surrounded by rivers that wind and hills that rise and fall. Riverdale, a charming village nestled amidst picturesque landscapes, exudes a timeless charm that captivates all who visit. Located in the fictional state of New York, this idyllic town rests along the banks of the meandering Sweetwater River, surrounded by rolling hills that add a sense of tranquility to its atmosphere. Stepping into Riverdale is like stepping into the pages of a storybook, where a close-knit community thrives, and the bonds between its residents are as strong as the very foundations of the village. The heart of Riverdale lies in its people, who are warm, welcoming, and quick to offer a smile to both familiar faces and newcomers alike. Here, everyone knows each other's name, and a spirit of togetherness pervades daily life. The village's sense of community is bolstered by its rich history, dating back to a time when settlers first established homes amidst the lush wilderness. One of the defining features of Riverdale is the historic downtown, lined with quaint shops, old-fashioned lampposts, and classic architecture. Among the cherished landmarks is the Scruggs family's hardware store, a generational establishment that has not only served the villagers' needs, but also acted as a gathering place where conversations flow as freely as the laughter. Benny was welcomed into a small, tight group of people who cared for him deeply. They loved and supported him, making him feel like he truly belonged there during his younger years. His parents, Robert and Margaret Scruggs, were well known and respected in the town. They ran a successful hardware store that had been in the family for generations. Benny was smart and interested in the world around him from a young age. He read a lot of books and learned a lot about everything from ancient history to the wonders of current science. Both his teachers and peers liked him because of how kind and caring he was and how much he wanted to learn. As Benny got older, his deep connection to music became clear, and his love for it only grew. He taught himself to play the guitar and piano, and he would often lose himself for hours in the tunes he made up. His musical skills soon made him known as a skilled singer, which gave him comfort and a way to express himself. Benny did very well in school, especially in math and science. His teachers saw how smart he was and pushed him to go to college and work in the scientific field. Even though he was successful, Benny was always humble, friendly, and ready to help those who needed it. Benny's life changed in a big way during the summer of 1978. He had just finished Riverdale High School with honors, and he was very excited to start college in the fall. His family and friends were happy for him when he got into a famous university. During that summer, Benny's days were both exciting and sad. He spent time with his close group of friends. They talked about their favorite moments and plans for the future. Benny's love for music never went away, and his soulful voice and captivating guitar shows often brought joy to the community. Benny spent more time helping at the Riverdale Community Center when the weather got better. He wanted to give back to the community that had helped him all his life, and he found satisfaction in being a role model for younger kids and sharing his love of education and music with them. Benny's family last saw him at home on the evening of July 15, 1978. The summer night was nice, and the smell of flowers in bloom filled the air. Benny spent the evening playing his guitar in the garden. The music went well with the sounds of crickets and kids playing nearby. Later that night, Benny told his parents that he was going to go for a walk by himself to clear his mind and enjoy the quiet of the night. Benny had gotten into the habit of going on long, quiet walks. He did this to get ideas for his music and think about how complicated life is. Benny's parents were worried, but they trusted their son's judgment, so they stood on the porch and watched as their son's shape slowly faded into the night, becoming a clear outline in the shadows of the trees. As the night went on, Benny did not come home, which made his family more and more worried. As soon as midnight hit, their worries changed into pure fear, and they called the police right away to report that someone was missing. The Riverdale Police Department started a quick and thorough search right away. They looked in the nearby trees, along the riverbanks, and in places Benny liked to hang out. No matter how hard they tried, they could not find the young artist. In the days after Benny went missing, everyone in the neighborhood came together to help the Scruggs family. Residents set up search parties, put up flyers with Benny's picture on them, and talked about how his skill and kindness had helped them at different points in their lives. As the days turned into weeks, the study did not lead to any big discoveries. The case seemed to be over, and where once there was a lot of hope for explanations, there was now a mysterious void. But then, on July 17, 1985, around 3 a.m., someone called the cops in a panic. Brian Walker, who lives near the Scruggs family, said that Benny was seriously hurt and bleeding a lot. When the cops got to Benny's house, they found a terrible scene. Benny was dying as he lay on a waterbed. Blood was pooling around him. Benny died of his injuries despite the best efforts of the rescuers. A later exam showed that Benny had died from a single knife wound to the upper left side of his chest. The murder weapon was a big butcher's knife, according to Dr. Robert Huntington, who was in charge of the autopsy. Benny's hands and arms showed no signs of defensive cuts, which suggests that the attack happened while he was asleep and caught him by surprise. Benny's wife, Yvonne Scruggs, was in the house when the incident happened, so the probe turned to her. But Yvonne's comments during the investigation were all different, and it started to look like she might have had something to do with Benny's death. Donald Meyer, who was Yvonne's friend, added to the mystery by telling everyone about how they knew each other and how Yvonne had said some troubling things about her marriage. Meyer says that Yvonne told him that her relationship with Benny was tense and that she wanted to get rid of him. When witnesses came forward and told Yvonne what they knew, the case became even stranger. One person talked about a chat they had with Yvonne in May 1985. Yvonne said bad things about Benny and hinted that she had found someone else. Even with these interesting leads, it was hard to find strong proof that Yvonne was involved in the crime. The investigation hit a dead end, and the case went cold in 1993, leaving Benny's murder unsolved. In 2012, Donald Meyer made new comments in which he admitted to the murder and said that he was to blame for Benny's death. His stories were detailed, and other inmates backed them up, making a strong case against him. More witnesses came forward and told what they knew about Meyer and how he was involved in the crime. The Division of Criminal Probe in the Wisconsin Department of Justice helped the Wisconsin Rapids Police Department in its search for justice. Donald Meyer was charged with killing Benny Scruggs in 2022 after 37 years. The trial began, and everyone in the courtroom was excited. But Meyer's mental health was called into question, which led to a series of meetings to figure out if he was fit to stand trial. As the trial went on, it was still not clear if Meyer did the killings alone or if Yvonne Scruggs was also involved. The community had been interested in the case for a long time, and now they wanted to put an end to it and get justice for Benny. What do you think of this case? Let us know in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.